For this segment talks about earning a diploma, because I'm here to talk to my lovely wife, my better half, Lenny McAllister, who just earned her degree and did it in style as a magna cum laude graduate and a Mendelian award winner for excellence in biology this past year. I would say welcome to the show, but you're with me on every single show because you listen in and you're in my heart. So exactly. I guess welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this question, my love. It's 24 hours after you've accomplished this thing, and you've gone from many, many challenges to honors convocation last month and graduating yesterday. Mm-hmm. This time last year, something you wanted to do since you were 19 years old, studying the Galapagos Islands, you were doing this time last year. For all the people that are looking at second acts and saying to themselves, I don't know if I can do it, you sit here as somebody that did it. What's going through your mind right now?
You know, the last 24 hours have been amazing. It has been a whirlwind. I would have never thought that I would end up getting my biology degree, let alone, becoming a Mendelian biology scholar, awardee, or, graduating magna cum laude. That was not, my desire was to just get my biology degree. I did not expect to win awards, travel to the Galapagos Islands, or even, just be able to achieve what I've achieved with, with the highest of honors.
Yeah, and you had an opportunity to do it despite a lot of the noise. Because a lot of people, you're in the book, so people know how old you are. You do, look, I keep telling y'all, good black don't crack. So she's 53, I promise you. I know what it says on her license. She looks 35. And I'm sorry, you fine. So I get to say that on the air. I've been saying it. I'm just going to say it. Didn't mean to embarrass you, but I do that all the time, every day. It's no big deal. That said, though, as the clock was going, I was there. I know the criticism was louder. She's not going to really get through. Do you really think she's going to get through? What do you tell people that are trying to do something that is, because what you've done is extraordinary after everything you've overcome. What do you tell people that are trying to do something extraordinary, even in an echo chamber full of people that are telling you that you just can't do it?
I know it's easier said than done, but you really have to put just one foot in front of the other. You have to remember all the good things that are happening around you, even though you have this, somewhat like an echo chamber of people telling you, oh, I can't believe that you're really in school. And, are you really a biology major? Even though you may have people saying all kinds of negative things, you have to insulate yourself with those people that really want you to achieve and excel. And just remember why you started the journey. That's the first thing. You have to remember why you started the journey. Insulate yourself with people who really care and love and support you, and just not listen to those people that are negative.
You've gone through two different sets of challenges. Now, I've talked the domestic violence that you overcame before we got together, and we've been married for going on 24 years. It's a quarter of a century. I've known you since 1991. I know your story. But I want to talk a little bit about the other part of challenges first, the other aspect of challenges. People don't realize that at one point in time, you were working overnights, 3 to 4 nights a week, overnights, in an ICU environment, while also going to school and taking labs as a wife and a mother of a certain age, African-American, in a place that is not exactly particularly kind to African-American women, and you got A after A after A. Talk a little bit about what it was like going through those challenges, because there are people that are saying, I would do it too, but it's just so hard to work and have kids and everything else. You lived that life. I watched you live that life. Talk a little bit about what it was like stepping through that step by step to keep your eyes on the prize.
Well, in the beginning, it was really rough. Not that it got any better towards the end, but I actually understood what I needed to do in order to get through. But, you have to come to the realization that there is not going to be a time where there's going to be a school, family balance. It's not going to be balanced. So you have to figure out, how am I going to be present for school? I have to be present for school, present when I'm at work, and present for my family. You have to figure out how to do those things. And I was able to maneuver it. It wasn't easy. There were times that, for instance, one of the most recent incidents was when one of my sons ended up with strep throat. I'm in the middle of a lecture, and I get a call saying, "Oh, your son was just diagnosed with strep throat. His test is positive.
I remember.
You need to go pick up your kid from school." So I had to leave a lecture. And, when I left the lecture, I still was responsible for all the information that was covered in the lecture because it was going to be on an exam within the next week. But with all of that said, you have to figure out what system works for you and remember what your end goal is. And, for me, the end goal was graduating, and I wanted to graduate with honors. I'm very hard on myself, so I knew I wanted to graduate with honors, so I had to figure out a pattern to be able to do all of my schoolwork as well as be present for my kids, for my husband, you. And
I better be better at it than me.
Yes.
Or else this interview gets cut off real fast, sister. I'm just saying.
I know. Exactly. But, I had to figure out a way to have a balance and be able to do all those things and achieve in school as well.
When we come back, I want to talk to you about overcoming odds while not staring at the odds or buying into the odds. Because you and I had a conversation about what the odds look like for what you have done once you did it. So I'm talking to my lovely wife, Lenny McAllister, one of the awardees of the Mendelian Award for Excellence in Biology as a magna cum laude graduate of Carlow University, class of 2026, when we come back after the news here on News Radio, KDK.
Raise Pennsylvania's minimum wage to $15 an hour? Think again, says a researcher at the Allegheny Institute for Public Policy. At best, the increase represents an unnecessary price floor that will benefit some workers at the expense of others and impose higher costs on some businesses at the expense of others. At worst, it'll raise prices and likely displace entry-level workers. To learn more about this and other topics, visit AlleghenyInstitute.org. That's AlleghenyInstitute.org.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now